Welcome to Fenway Park. It's a cool night, cloud-covered Fenway. It's game 2 of a 2-game series between the Texas Rangers and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, a tough beating last night at the hands of the Texas Rangers for the Red Sox, and a tough night for Mark Melancon. As it turned out, he's had a very tough start to his Red Sox career, and today was optioned out to the Pawtucket Red Sox in a roster move that included Shinichi Tozawa. Melancon heads to Pawtucket a year after he collected 20 saves as the Astros closer after allowing 3 home runs. Last night, his season total sits at 5, which is one more than he gave up all of last year. For Tozawa, it'll be his third stint with the Red Sox. Made his debut in 2009 with the team, but missed all of 2010 after Tommy John surgery. His season with the Paw Sox is yet to allow a run in 7 innings of work, so the Red Sox make a pitching change. We welcome in Jerry Remy, and Jerry, tonight for the Red Sox in Game 2, trying to get him back on track is Josh Beckett.
Well, Josh Beckett has pitched very well here at Fenway Park, especially early in the season over the last couple of years. We look back to last season at Fenway, and in his first 5 starts, a 2-0 record at 0.56 ERA, and opponents only hit 156 against Beckett. Now this year, he did a great job against the Tampa Bay Rays on opening day, going 8 innings, only giving up 1 run in that ballgame against Tampa Bay, and get the Red Sox off on this homestand on the right track. So they hope that that can continue tonight against a very good Texas club. As we saw last night, if your pitchers aren't perfect against this team, they can cause some damage in a hurry.
Not a lot of good things happened last night. One thing was an Adrian Gonzalez home run. Try to get the offense going tonight. We're back with more from Fenway right after this. Last night, we saw all aspects of Josh Hamilton's game. 32 outfield assists coming into last night's game. Here's his 33rd. He can do it all. One of the longest home runs we've seen hit at Fenway Park. It was off Mark Melancon. And yes, it was Josh Hamilton again. He has been incredible and continues to set the pace for the Texas Rangers as we get ready for Game 2 of the series. Welcome inside the broadcast booth once again. I'm Don Orsillo. Every year when you talk about the MVP, Josh Hamilton's name, well, it comes up often, and it should. He is extremely good and continues to get off to a very good start this season. We saw it last night, both offensively and defensively. Since joining the Rangers, Hamilton has had a trend of having big season in even-numbered years. 2008, his first season with the team, he had a career-high 130 RBIs, but dropped to just 54 RBIs the following year when he played in 89 games due to injuries. In 2010, he took home that MVP award, posting a franchise record 359 average and his second 100 RBI season. This year, he's off to the big start with a 400 average. With more as we get ready for this game and some news, here's Jenny Dell.
Don, as you may know, members of the Red Sox front office and Wally the Green Monster went around Boston today placing 100 balloons to help celebrate Fenway's 100th anniversary. And in each one of those balloons, a pair of Red Sox tickets to an upcoming game. The lucky fans who found the balloons were all smiles. And Don, 5 of the balloons finders received tickets to the 100th anniversary celebration against the Yankees on Friday.
Last night it was Kobe Lewis. Tonight it is Derek Holland, 1-0 on the season, 2-1 in his career against the Red Sox. We're back with the first pitch from Fenway right after this. Ready to go here in game 2 of the series. Josh Beckett on the hill for the second game of the series, and Josh coming into this outing with a record of 1-1, his third start of the year, 5.68 earned run average, 235 opponent batting average, and Beckett getting a chance here to face this tough Texas Rangers lineup. Last time out, his best outing of the year, no doubt, against Tampa Bay, 8 innings, giving up just the 1 run. And in his career against Texas, he's 3-2 with a 5.03 earned run average. Let's take a look at the Texas Rangers starting lineup, brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. It's Ian Kinsler leading it off at second base. Elvis Andrus is at shortstop, with Josh Hamilton at center field. Adrian Beltre is at third base, with Nelson Cruz in right field. David Murphy in left field. Mike Napoli does the catching, batting 7th. Mitch Moreland is the DH 8th, and it's Brandon Schneider who gets a start at first base. He bats 9th.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They've made 2 errors in their 11 games. Kevin Uclas at third base, Mike Aviles the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second, and Adrian Gonzalez at first. Left to right, McDonald, Repko, and Cody Ross, and Kelly Shoppick doing the catching for Josh Beckett.
And Kinsler stands in, and the first pitch of the ball game from Josh Beckett misses up high, ball 1, and we are underway. Well, it has dropped significantly here weather-wise over the last 24 hours. Very cool night at Fenway. The breeze blowing in to get it started as Beckett gets his first strike over, and it's 1-1.
That breeze blowing in from center field, not real strong right now, but certainly different than what it's been over the last couple of days here at Fenway.
Ian Kinsler off to a very good start. Not your prototypical leadoff hitter. He's got 4 home runs and 7 RBIs out of the gate. Got some pop, and as mentioned last night, signing a long-term contract with the Rangers last week. As he takes a look at strike 2, 2-2. Kinsler signing a 5-year contract extension through 2017. He's always done very well against the Red Sox. Got a hitting streak of 18 of the last 19 games with a hit against Boston, and part of the barrage put on here last night by the Texas Rangers.
Beckett shaking off about 5 different signs from Kelly Shoppick.
Two pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Blows it by him, and Beckett strikes out Kinsler to start the game.
Well, Beckett had only 1 strikeout in the 8 innings last time that he pitched against the Tampa Bay Rays. First batter he faced tonight, a fastball by Ian Kinsler for the strikeout.
1 down. Elvis Andrus coming up. 225 average. The home run, 6 runs batted in. Andrus takes strike 1. He's 2 for 4 last night with a double. 3 runs batted in. Started every game at shortstop so far for the Rangers on the year. Hits one in the air to deep right field. Back goes Cody Ross. He will get there to make the catch. Boston Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you by New England's website for deals via Toyota.com, Dunkin' Donuts, your New England Subaru dealers, and by Southwest Airlines. Well, a cool night at Fenway Park, cloud covered. As Josh Hamilton stands in with 2 outs in the first inning. And much like last night, very aggressive right away, right after that first pitch. Wasn't waiting around last night and doing more of the same tonight.
Now he's had good success in his career against Beckett. 429 with a couple of home runs. Takes a swing at that first fastball from Josh.
He's had good success against everybody so far this season, hitting at .413 with 5 homers and 11 runs batted in, and an absolute blast here last night. The 0-1 misses, 1-1. There are the numbers against Beckett, including the 2 home runs. He was 3 for 5 last night, the home run that we spoke of, and 5 RBIs. They'll tap it foul, and it's 1-2.
Beckett going to the first curveball of the night and gets Hamilton to foul it off. Previous to this pitch, all fastballs from Beckett. There's the breaking ball.
Hamilton currently leading the American League in hits with 19. And a liner into left field. Another base hit. Opposite field base hit for Josh Hamilton, who's on with 2 outs in the first inning.
Hamilton is now 10 for his last 19. It's a pretty good pitch here from Beckett. A breaking ball that's down and away. He goes right with it with a line drive up over the head of Kevin Uclas. He is about impossible to get out right now.
He's got a 5-game hitting streak now. Ward at first base with 2 down in the inning. Part of our key matchup. Brought to you by Honda. Adrian Beltre is 4 for 23 in his career against Beckett. 174. This one fouled off back above us. Beltre last night 2 for 6. He homered, his 2nd home run of the year. He comes in with a 4-game hitting streak. Was the one season with the Red Sox for Adrian Beltre. He hit to .321 with 28 home runs and 102 runs batted in. And for Beltre, it really is what led to this deal for the Texas Rangers. His numbers in the 1 year with Boston. Of course, Uclas shifted across to first base when Beltre played at third. The 1 fouled off to the right out of play, and it's 0-2. Started every game at third but 1. He was a DH over the weekend on Saturday for Ron Washington. Another check, and diving back is Hamilton.
Hamilton does not have a steal yet on the season, has not tried to steal. yet in 2012.
Rangers out to a 9-2 start on the season. Team you think they're worried perhaps the most about is the Angels, and the Angels are 4-7 to start the season in the AL West. Right now Seattle 6-6 in behind Texas, but the Rangers off to a 9-2 start for Ron Washington, of course the American League champions last year. It's kind of been a slow start for Albert Pujols with the Angels. Does not have a home run yet so far in the Halos uniform.
Somehow I think that might change.
Beltre calls time, backs out. On the ground to third base, Uclas picks it to go to second for the force out. That'll wrap up the first inning. Beckett is through one. Red Sox coming up. Top of the first, the Red Sox coming up in the bottom of the first inning, and the Red Sox starting lineup is brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Mike Aviles leading it off at shortstop with Dustin Pedroia at second base. Adrian Gonzalez at first base bats third. Cody Ross sliding up into the cleanup spot in right field. David Ortiz at DH. Uclas sliding down the order to third base. Kelly Shopik doing the catching with Darnell McDonald in left field. And Jason Repko gets the start in center field. Derek Holland on the mound tonight for the Rangers. He is 1-0 coming in with a 3.38 earned run average. Opponents hitting at just 163 against Holland. He has 13 Ks to just 3 walks. 25-year-old left-hander. And his first pitch missing for ball one to Mike Aviles. Aviles at 256, 2 homers, 5 runs batted in. Holland entering tonight's game having won 6 straight games in 11 of his last 12 in the regular season. Dating back to last year. He had a great year last year with Texas, part of their postseason run.
And had good success against the Red Sox in 3 starts against Boston. A 2-1 record, 2.95 ERA.
In his career in the postseason, 3-0, 3.82 earned run average, 4 starts in his postseason career. Pedroia waiting on deck. Ball 4, and down to first base goes Uclas. So we showed you the breakdown, 13-3, strikeouts to walks, but he walks the first Red Sox he faces tonight.
Let's take a look at the Texas defense. They've made 4 errors in 11 games. Adrian Beltre at third base. Elvis Andrus the shortstop. Ian Kinsler at second. And Brandon Snyder the first baseman. Left to right, David Murphy, Josh Hamilton, and Nelson Cruz. And Mike Napoli tonight behind the plate doing the catching for Holland.
Lead runner on for the Red Sox here in the bottom of the first inning for Dustin Pedroia. He takes strike 1 over the inside corner. 295, 3 homers, 5 runs batted in for Pedroia. Last night homered and put the Red Sox on top 2-0. Red Sox off to a good start, but things changed in a hurry. Pedroia leading the team right now in home runs with 3. And a 2-run shot in the first inning. Tough night right out of the gate, really, for John Lester. Not seen that often. That was the case last night. Just really never got comfortable in that outing last night, and you really cannot afford to make any mistakes against his Texas Rangers lineup.
Well, you're right, Don. Right from the beginning, it didn't look like he was comfortable in that ball game last night. Had trouble with his command. Could not put pitches where he wanted to put them. And when they were out over the plate, they were hit very hard by the Rangers.
Second inning was really the start of his troubles, too. 49-pitch second inning, and that's when the Rangers started. And when they finished, it was quite an attack. There goes Uclas at first. Pitches inside. The throw is not going to be in time. Mike Uclas steals second base.
Now Uclas picks up his first steal of the season. Going on that very first move from Holland. As soon as the leg came up, Uclas was off, and no contest at second base. A pop-up slide at second base by Uclas.
Two is chopped towards short. Andrus will go to first, and Uclas takes third on the out at first base. 1 down.
Well, you don't always have to hit the ball to the right side to advance the runner to third base. That ball had to be charged by Elvis Andrus. There's no way he could go to third base. So Uclas makes a good base running play to get to third.
1 out. Uclas 90 feet away, and here's Adrian Gonzalez, one of the bright spots of last night. He also homered in the game. He's got 2 on the year and is hitting at .318. 8 RBIs for Adrian Gonzalez. It's jammed and flips it foul. Riding a 5-game hitting streak coming into tonight's action. Led the majors a year ago, 66 multi-hit games, and last year a career high 213 hits. It's behind 0-2, 95 that time from Holland. One-two and a swing and a miss. Briefly gets away from Napoli, so he's going to fire to first for the out. It's the first strikeout for Derek Holland. And Uclas at third base with 2 down.
And a big strikeout there, staying away from contact from Gonzalez. That means that the man at third base has no place to go. Blocked well by Napoli behind the plate. He checks the runner at third base and then goes to first to get Gonzalez for the out.
A little change today in the Red Sox lineup. Cody Ross moving into the cleanup spot for tonight's game. And here's his first opportunity as Ross stands in with a runner at third and 2 down. Here's strike 1 to Ross. What do you make of the change?
I just make that it's got Uclas down in the lineup to take a little pressure off him right now. He's been really struggling. Struck out 4 times in the game last night. Drop him down a little bit. Maybe that takes pressure off.
Outside 1-1. One for 4 yesterday was Cody Ross in one of the series as he looks at a fastball high. 2-1. Thirty-fourth career game for him, hitting in the cleanup spot. First time he's done it in a Red Sox uniform. There's strike 2. 2-2. David Ortiz waits on deck. Boston batting in the first. There is strike 3. Ross takes a look, and it's back-to-back strikeouts for Holland, who gets out of the early jam. Sox leave Uclas at third. No score after 1. On WEI at 6 a.m. tomorrow, former Bruins coach and star of CBC's Coach's Corner, Don Cherry, breaks down the Bruins Cap Series and the rest of the NHL playoffs. It all starts at 6 a.m. right here on Nesson and on the WEI Sports Radio Network and at 93.7 FM in Boston. Second inning back at chilly Fenway Park tonight. No score. As leading it off for the Texas Rangers is Nelson Cruz, who takes a look at ball 1. Cruz, Murphy, and Napoli to bat here in the second inning for Texas. Cruz in last night's game was 3 for 6 with a home run. And he had gone through an 0 for 15 drought last week, but right now 7 for his last 15 and hitting at .467. He is very much back on track again. Popped up. Down comes Gonzalez from first. Beckett's in the way. Now he gets out of the way, and Adrian steps into foul ground for the first out of the inning.
Looked like for a second there, Beckett wasn't sure who was going to make the play on it, so he charged over in the direction of the baseball, but finally Gonzalez at first base calls him off. There's Beckett tracking it, and he's looking at his catcher. Finally, here's Gonzalez. And Gonzalez picks up the first out of the inning.
One down for the former first-round draft choice of the Red Sox, David Murphy. Murphy came into last night's game late, 1 for 1. He snapped an 0 for 13 drought with his 9th inning single in last night's game, but still just 1 for his last 14. But even with that, he is hitting at .310 on the year. Starting most days in left field as takes the breaking ball away. That's a strike over the outside corner, 1-2.
A great location with that fastball from Beckett, picking up that outside corner. Nothing down the middle of the plate. All 3 pitches to Murphy away in this particular at bat.
Now trying to come in, but a missed location and a high fly ball to deep center. But Repko is back there with room, and he'll make the catch for the second out. So 2 down here in the second inning. Well, don't miss out on the 100th anniversary celebration at Fenway Park. Be there for the second homestand of the season of Fenway Park. Oakland A's visit Fenway on April 30th, May 1st, and 2nd. Seattle Mariners will visit Boston for the 3rd homestand of the year, May 14th and 15th. Get your tickets now for these great matchups at redsox.com/tickets. And hopefully it'll be a little warmer when we come back with that second homestand.
Well, I'll tell you what, we can't complain, Don. We got 1 cold day so far since we've been home.
2 down for Mike Napoli.
Anything we get like we've had over the last 3 or 4 days is certainly a bonus in the month of April.
Napoli off to a slow start average wise at .207. He does have 3 home runs. And a ground ball base hit through the left side into left field. So similar to the first inning, a 2-out base hit for the Rangers.
Napoli now 5 for his last 10 as he gets a fastball inside from Beckett and gets on top of it. Hands on top of the baseball, and a hard ground ball by Uclas at third base for the 2-out base hit.
So 2 down, Napoli at first. Mitch Moreland, the batter, he's had kind of a painful week. He missed the final 2 games of the Minnesota series before they came to Boston with an obsessed tooth, and then had a root canal performed in Texas on Monday. He joined the team on Tuesday, and here he is. It's ball 1 inside.
That sounds like a very unpleasant couple of days.
I would think so.
Yeah. Abscess tooth, then the root canal.
And then the root canal. The 1-0 is popped up left side. Uclas and Uclas. And Uclas, and now look out. Here comes McDonald, third guy to join the party, and he comes with a baseball to end the inning. Inning and a half done. No score from Fenway. Try WB Mason's coffee service featuring the Keurig coffee system with Green Mountain Coffee. Bottom of the second inning back at Fenway Park. David Ortiz, Kevin Uclas, and Kelly Shopping coming up to face Derek Holland. Red Sox threatened in the first but did not score. They left Mike Aviles at third base when Holland was able to strike out Adrian Gonzalez and Cody Ross. Ortiz off to a very good start, hitting at .395 on the year. Looks at strike one from Derek Holland. David 1 for 4 here last night after a very good series against Tampa Bay. He was 9 for 16 in the 4-game series against Tampa Bay, in which the Red Sox took 3 out of 4 games over the weekend.
Now, the Rangers do not put the shift on Ortiz. They do put Ian Kinsler back on the outfield grass, but that's about it. They do shade him to pull.
Goes the other way and has got himself a hit into the corner. David Murphy will go to grab it. Ortiz is thinking too, and he'll get there with a slide. A double to open up the bottom of the second inning for David Ortiz.
Now, one thing Ortiz been doing so far this season, he's been really handling left-handers. He did it last year, and he's continued on this year. He takes a fastball from Holland. It's going to be away and takes it to the opposite field on the line. Big Poppy in the second base with the leadoff double here in the second inning. Murphy has to track that ball back to the wall. By the time he gets it back in, Ortiz safe at second.
So a nice start to the second inning for the Red Sox. Kevin Uclas standing in. It's been a slow start to the year. And one of his toughest nights at the plate coming last night in game 1 of the series. He averaged down to 176 for Uclas, striking out 4 times in last night's game, going 0 for 4. Tried to hold up, but it is a called strike, and it's 2-1. The double by Ortiz, first hit of the night for the Red Sox. Aviles had reached in the first, but that was on a walk. 2-2. Was fighting off a 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, that fastball so far from Holland consistently 94, 95 miles an hour.
Mentioned that opponents are hitting at just 163 against him. It's 4th lowest in the American League. Uclas has enjoyed his time against Texas in 52 games. In the air to deep left center field. Back goes Hamilton. He is looking up, and that ball is gone. Up off the light tower stanchion in left center field. Kevin Uclas, first home run of 2012 in the Red Sox, out to a 2-0 lead.
Well, Bobby Valentine said, so all it's going to take Uclas is maybe a little bloop to get going. This is no bloop. This is a bomb by Uclas. Up over the left field wall off the light tower, and the Red Sox have the 2-run lead.
Now Kelly Shopping stands in and takes ball 1. Hess and Hess Express, proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson. During the 2012 season, Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Red Sox Foundation for every Red Sox home run. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. Foul down the right field line, 1-1.
It's amazing how you can look so bad one night. 4 strikeouts for Uclas. First at bat the following night, a 2-run home run. His first of the season.
Got to feel pretty good based on the last couple of days for Uclas, the frustration of last night. And here tonight going deep in his first at bat. Shopik takes strike 2 and it's 1-2. Last 2 games, Shopik has gone 4 for 7. Fooled in the pitch and strikes out. Third K for Holland. 1 down here in the second inning.
Now Holland going to the off-speed pitch right here. Looks like it might be the curveball to pick up a strikeout against Kelly Shopik. So after the double, the home run, first out comes via the strikeout.
1 out for Darnell McDonald, off to a 2 for 21 start after a terrific spring training. And aggressively fouling off the first pitch, getting a piece of Mike Napoli in behind the dish. Saw your Torrealba catch last night. It's Napoli tonight. Here's an 0-1. In the air to center field. Josh Hamilton on the run. He'll get back there and make the catch for the second out of the inning. Coming up tonight during the game, an open invitation to Fenway Park. The open house is tomorrow. Jenny will tell you about a new club that is here at Fenway Park. And our new favorite segment has really taken off in popularity. It's Ask Jerry. The more personal the question, the better.
Now, is this club at Fenway is
nightclub?
Take it easy, Don. Take it easy. Yeah, is it a nightclub that we can go to after games?
I don't know.
You know, like a discotheque?
I don't know anything about it. All I know is that Jenny Dell is going to tell us about it. We're going to know more later, so you got to hang around and check it out. We'll find out together.
Yes.
Jason Rebko getting a start in center field. It's the arms out of the way, but it's in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Rebko, a little looper out to second base. It's caught by Kinsler to end the inning. But a 2-run home run for Kevin Uclas, his first of the year, gives the Red Sox a 2-0 lead at the end of 2. Text at bat to 31826 or visit redsox.com. Well, it's on to inning number 3 back at Fenway Park. It's 2-0. Red Sox on top over the Rangers. Thanks to a 2-run home run by Kevin Uclas. Brandon Snyder leading it off here for the Rangers. Getting a start at first base. It's Snyder who can play first. You got Mitch Moreland who can play first. Mike Napoli over there at first at times. They got a lot of moving parts and versatile players for Ron Washington. He's 3 for 4 out of the gate. And a swing and a miss to even the count at 1-1.
Back-to-back cut fastballs for Beckett to start off Snyder. This is a cutter from Josh Beckett. You can see that little movement right toward the end to take it off the outside edge.
Got his first start as a Ranger at first base on Saturday. Acquired in January from Baltimore. 25-year-old making his first career opening day roster. First round pick originally by the Orioles. This will bounce by Shopik and even the count at 2-2. Played primarily first base in his minor league career, but he's also seen action at third base. Made his major league debut for the Orioles against the Tigers last September. And now part of the Texas Rangers. Full count now to Brandon Snyder. Swing and a miss. Beckett's second strikeout begins things in the third inning.
Well, Beckett was determined to come inside with 2 strikes against Snyder with that fastball. He fouled one off, that time no contact. And Beckett picks up his second strikeout of the night. Remember, only had 1 last time out against Tampa Bay.
One out in the third inning as Ian Kinsler stands in. He struck out in the first inning. Daisuke Matsuzaka here today, and it'll be interesting to see when Daisuke is ready to go and what kind of impact Bobby Valentine will have on Daisuke Matsuzaka. And of course, all the years that Bobby spent in Japan and kind of let Daisuke be Daisuke for the first time since Daisuke has been a member of the Red Sox.
Yeah, he wouldn't commit today to saying when he'll start pitching in games. Of course, once they do that, the clock ticks. And that means you've got to get him back to the big leagues in a certain amount of time. So they want to make sure that he is absolutely ready before they start having him throw in regular games, you know, at the minor league level. But he has made a remarkable comeback from Tommy John surgery. Much quicker than anybody expected.
0-2 is just off the outside edge. Beckett wanted it. 1-2.
I remember watching Daisuke back in the spring training, you know, throw on a side session as we look at the last Beckett pitch, just missing the outside part of the play. And I was amazed at how good he was throwing at that particular time. And that was, you know, 4 weeks ago.
Kinsler fouls off another, stays alive here. 2-2.
Nice two-handed catch. And a pitcher.
Framed by Shopik, but it's ball 3, full count. Back-to-back full counts now for Josh Beckett. Elvis Andrus waiting on deck as the Rangers bat here in the top half of the 3rd inning. Beckett's got a 2-0 lead, and so far has looked pretty good. This will be his 40th pitch. And it's ball 4 to Kinsler. It's down to first base. First walk allowed by Beckett in his outing. Red Sox baseball in NESN is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Tradition, history, and a commitment to everyone on our team. It's just a few of the things Eastern Bank is made of. Find out more at easternbank.com. 1 out, 1 on in the Texas 3rd inning, and Elvis Andrus coming up. He flied out to right field in the 1st inning. Snap throw to first, and just back is Kinsler. He was late in reacting.
Now, one thing Beckett has is quick feet toward first base. You can see Kinsler trying to increase his lead a little bit. That play very close at first base.
Elvis Andrus flied out to right field in the 1st inning. Popped up, foul ground. Adrian Gonzalez over by the dugout will lean as far as he can, but it's on the roof. And he ended up on the roof. Got a little push from inside the dugout back out again.
Trying to tiptoe around where the screen is in the top step of that dugout. And gets a little pushback from one of the coaches in the Red Sox dugout.
Appeared to be a pretty good pitch. It was called a ball.
Right at the bottom of the strike zone. See if Washington puts something on here in the 2-1 count.
To left field with authority, and this is going to be off the wall. McDonald will play the carom as Kinsler goes to third. Throw to second, and Andrus is out.
Good heads-up play by Donnell McDonald out there in left field. Had no opportunity to get Kinsler at third base. Spins, throws it into second, and gets Elvis Andrus at second base. Played beautifully off the wall by McDonald. See him back off right here and never look toward third. Right into second base out of the bare hand. So a big out for the Red Sox there. Andrus almost got that hand in before the tag, that right hand.
So 2 outs, runner at third as Hamilton jumps back out of the way. He singled in the 1st inning. Center fielder Jason Repko over towards right center for Hamilton to pull. Taps it foul, and it's 1-1.
And maybe the first changeup that Beckett has featured tonight. That changeup at 85 and had Hamilton out in front of it a little bit.
Well, Beckett's first outing was his toughest at Detroit. 4 2/3, giving up 7 runs. Give up 2 home runs apiece to Miguel Cabrera and Prince Fielder in that first outing, but so much better last time out against Tampa Bay. 8 innings, 1 run. And so far so good tonight against Texas. In a jam here with a runner at third and 2 down in the third.
It's like 3 straight changeups in a row.
Chopped up the middle as Pedroia dives. His throw will be late, and the Rangers get on the board. As Ian Kinsler will score a headfirst slide for Hamilton at first base, and he'll pick up a base hit and an RBI that gets Texas on the board.
And this ground ball is going to take Pedroia up the middle. He's going to dive, and once that happens, really no chance at all. He can never get his balance properly to be able to make a real strong throw to first base. And Hamilton in with the slide, which he probably didn't need. Could have run right through the bag and still been safe.
So 2 down, Hamilton at first base. Adrian Beltre, the batter. There is strike 1 from Beckett. Jerry, the club we were looking forward to seeing, we're going to find out about coming up next half inning. Jenny's going to check it out, and we'll see it for the first time. 0-1 is now 0-2.
I know if it's a dance club, you'll be there tonight right after the game. I know how much you like to dance.
A lot of things you know about me, but I am quite a dancer.
Yes.
Adrian Beltre in his first year last year with Texas finished the year hitting at .296, 32 home runs, 105 runs batted in. Everything was better with Texas than it had been in the very good season he spent in Boston in 2010, with the exception of the average at .321 in his only year here with the Red Sox. 0-2 is quickly by the dive of Uclas and into left field. Hamilton will take second on the ringing single for Adrian Beltre.
That's a 5-game hitting streak now for Beltre as he takes an 0-2 pitch from Beckett that's away and hooks it on top spin and gets it by Uclas, the shortstop, for the base hit. So 3 hits in the inning plus the walk against Josh Beckett here in the third.
2 on, 2 down, and Nelson Cruz coming up. Beckett wants a new baseball. Home plate umpire Jim Wolf. Outside, ball 1. Cruz broke into the big leagues with Milwaukee, has been with Texas ever since. Got to Texas in 2006. Plenty of trips to the DL over the years. Last year, 29 home runs for the Rangers, a .263 average. That's a strike, and it's 1-1. Cruz, 31 years old, from the Dominican Republic. Cruz, the MVP of the American League Championship Series last year against Detroit. 6 home runs, 13 RBIs in the postseason. But of course, the Rangers coming up short, with the Cardinals coming away with the championship last year. Time called as Cruz backs out. David Murphy on deck, 2 outs in the inning. Runners at first and second. Texas has their first run of the night. Ball 3-1. Beckett has walked one. That was Ian Kinsler in this inning. Swing and a miss. He's chasing after that, and it's a full count.
Not exactly a pitch you want if you're a hitter on a 3-1 count, a fastball away. Most of the time those hitters are looking for the fastball middle in, something they can drive out of the ballpark.
Swing and a miss. Beckett with a strikeout at Cruz to wrap up the third inning. The Rangers do get a run, get on the board. It's 2-1 Boston. Tomorrow, April 19th from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. There'll be autograph signings with various Red Sox alumni and current Red Sox players throughout the day, as fans will have an opportunity to walk the warning track, peek inside the Green Monster scoreboard, and visit other spaces within the ballpark not normally available or accessible to fans. Don't miss this special opportunity to see Fenway Park in its 100th year. Well, the Rangers get a run in the top half of the third inning. It's on to the home half of the third. And it's the top of the Red Sox order. Mike Aviles, Dustin Pedroia, and Adrian Gonzalez bat here in the third inning. Aviles walked and stole a base back in the first inning, but was left at third when Derek Holland was able to strike out Adrian Gonzalez and Cody Ross to get out of that first inning jam. There's a base hit into left field for Mike Aviles, on for the second time tonight.
Now back-to-back curveballs to Aviles. He got the second one, which was a better one. It was down in the zone, but he still makes the contact and picks up the base hit between third and short. There's the breaking ball down. Aviles with the contact and the base hit.
Lead runner on for the Red Sox for the third straight inning. Dustin Pedroia, the batter. Grounded out to shortstop in the first inning, 0 for 1.
Avila stole a base back in the first inning, so gets that first throw to first base from Holland.
They got him picked off here as he was headed towards second, and he's going to try to get there anyway, but he's run down from behind. Brandon Snyder running him all the way down to get him.
Avilas with the step towards second base. I don't think he was going down. I think he was just completely fooled right there by the move from Holland. Looked like he was heading into his secondary lead, and all of a sudden the pickoff attempt goes to first base.
So base is empty now. Pedroia swings at the 1-0, 95 and a bit up. Popped up into shallow center. Out goes Andrews. In comes Hamilton. And Hamilton will make the catch for the second out of the inning. Let's check in with Jenny Dell.
Don, as part of the 100th anniversary of Fenway Park, the Red Sox unveiled the Royal Rooters Club, and it's located directly behind the right field grandstand. The new venue, with more than 6,000 square feet, will serve as a members-only gathering place on game days for season ticket holders. It offers contemporary American dining, a full bar, a private entrance at Gate B, and concierge service. Before the game, I had a chance to talk with Paul Hanlon, Director of Planning and Development, about the new home of the nation's archives.
The area is the culmination of years of research and collection of historic memorabilia given to us by fans, as well as things we found in closets in the front office. And so we've been collecting for years, just hoping for a chance to have Fenway Park as a living museum, and this is one of the features of Fenway as a living museum.
So it's not quite a nightclub, Jerry, as it turns out.
No, but it seems like a very nice take.
Seems like a pretty cool place to hang out. But
yeah, way we could go down there after the game, put the lights off, and dance anyway.
Two down here in the third inning. Adrian Gonzalez struck out in the first, one of 3 strikeouts for Derek Holland. And Gonzalez strikes out again, a fastball that was up. Red Sox are gone in the third through 3. Boston on top 2-1. Fenway Park is on Friday, and get it started with Friday Night Fenway, brought to you by iParty. I'll get started at 1 p.m. Eastern. That's the fourth inning, and it is 2-1. Red Sox on top of the Rangers. David Murphy, Mike Napoli, and Mitch Moreland expected here in the fourth inning. Murphy flied out to center field in the second inning, 0 for 1 against Josh Beckett. Beckett running into some trouble in the third, and the Rangers getting to him for a run. He walked about it, gave up 3 hits in that inning. This is into center field for a base hit for David Murphy. Lead runner on for Texas for the first time tonight.
Well, David Murphy's had good success against Josh Beckett. 4 for 8 now in his career against Beckett. Hits an outside fastball and hooks it up the middle for the base hit. Good plate coverage there by Murphy to start off the fourth inning.
So Murphy aboard at first for Mike Napoli. Single to left field in the second inning. Napoli last year, first year in the Texas Rangers uniform. First time he had been in any other uniform than the Angels. Had a .320 average in his first year in Texas. 30 home runs, 75 runs batted in. He fit in immediately and had a great year. Nothing close numbers wise at any point during his career with the Angels, which was a total of 5 years in the big leagues for Mike Scioscia. And Jeff Mathis were in a tandem for a while there in Anaheim. 2-0, high drive, deep left field. McDonald going back, and that's in the back of the monster seats. A 2-run home run for Mike Napoli. His 4th home run of the year, and just like that, the Texas Rangers take a 3-2 lead.
I mean, Napoli stands at the plate. He just looks like a power hitter, and he has been just that in this series against the Red Sox. He got John Lester last night. He gets Josh Beckett tonight on a fastball. Second home run in his career he's had off Beckett.
Mitch Moreland stands in on the left side and takes ball 1. Moreland flied out to left field. First time up in the second inning as Beckett tries to settle down here. A base hit and a 2-run home run very quickly by the Rangers. That's in there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Popped up down the left field line, will make its way into the seats, and it's 1-2. Well, Dunkin' Donuts is proud to give back at every Red Sox home game. Dunkin' hosts a nonprofit children's organization. Thousands of kids have had the chance to catch a Red Sox game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Tonight we welcome the historic Fenway Park for kids only. After-school programs across eastern Massachusetts. Dunkin' Donuts committed to the community. 2-2 to Mitch Moreland. Nobody out here in the top half of the fourth inning for Texas. Swing and a miss, and Beckett picks up his fourth strikeout. 1 down.
All the strikeouts for Beckett tonight have been on his fastball or cut fastball. That time the fastball up and away from Moreland to pick up the strikeout in the first out here in the fourth.
Bottom of the order, number 9 man Brandon Snyder, off to a 3-for-5 start of the year, his second start of the season for Texas, as he struck out in the third inning. Back in his career against Texas, 3-2 with a 5.03 earned run average. Ahead now 1-2. Last faced him last year in August. 13-2 Red Sox victory on the road in Texas. Red Sox went there twice last year. 5.03 earned run average is third highest against an American League team after the Blue Jays and Yankees. 6.30 ERA against Toronto. Beckett, a swing and a miss for Snyder, couldn't hold up. He strikes out, and back-to-back strikeouts for Beckett. 2 down.
Second time that he's got Snyder tonight. Got him on a fastball up and in back in the third inning. This time he goes to the curveball away. And Snyder maybe expecting something inside, cannot hold up the swing. Shopik has to tag him for the out.
2 outs here in the fourth inning, and it brings up Ian Kinsler, who has struck out, walked, and scored. To center field, and Jason Repko makes the catch that ends the inning, but a blast in the inning for Mike Napoli. He's giving the Rangers a 3-2 lead after 3.5.
Casino of the Boston Red Sox has endless opportunities to dine, play, thrill, relax, and of course, win. When you're here, you can be anyone. Foxwoods, anything but ordinary.
Mike Napoli has gone deep and given the Rangers their first lead of the night on top 3-2. So last of the fourth inning, Cody Ross leading it off and swinging at a pitch that was up. Struck out looking in the first inning. One of 4 strikeouts on the night for Derek Holland. To right center field, Nelson Cruz comes over from right to make the catch for the first out of the fourth inning. Covidien, a global healthcare products company, is a proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation, helping to address health needs in our communities. 1 out in the fourth inning, and it brings up David Ortiz. Big Papi with a double in the second inning. Derek Holland, 25 years old. 25th round pick in 2006 for the Texas Rangers. Won 16 games last year, was 16-5, 32 starts. Through 8 1/3 shutout innings, recording a win in the World Series. Won Game 4 against St. Louis last year. Ball 2, 2-1. Career highs in virtually every category last year for Holland in his first full year in the majors. High fly ball to medium depth right as Cruz will come in. It'll finally come down and he'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. Well, tonight, following our Red Sox coverage, join Randy Scott for NESN Daily, presented by Sun Life Financial. Naoko Funayama reports from Washington as the Bruins prepare for tomorrow's Game 4 showdown with the Capitals. Have reaction to Nicholas Backstrom's suspension. Plus Celtics highlights as they host the Magic at the Garden. All this and much more on NESN Daily tonight after our Red Sox coverage, only on NESN. 2 outs in the fourth inning, and Kevin Uclas the batter. Uclas hitting his first home run of 2012 back in the second inning. A 2-run shot at the time put the Red Sox on top 2-0. Off the light stanchion in left center field for Kevin Uclas. Now down 1-2. On the ground this time is short, Elvis Andrus. Low throw, but it's dug out by Brandon Snyder at first base for the out that ends the fourth inning. It's on to the fifth with the Rangers on top 3-2. By Eastern Bank, listening, guiding, and being there for kids in need. That's what Eastern Bank and Adrian Betsy Gonzalez are made of, which is why we've teamed up to support youth mentoring programs throughout Massachusetts. To find out more, go to easternbank.com/Adrian. 3-2 Texas on top of Boston in the top half of the fifth inning. Bottom third of the Rangers' order anticipated in the inning. Kelly Shopik, Darnell McDonald, and Jason Rebko. Next inning, it's Elvis Andrus. Leads it off for the Rangers here. Andrews, Hamilton, and Beltran.
Nice, smooth transition there, Don.
You don't flip the card, you don't know who's coming up.
Exactly, but nobody would have known.
Until I started laughing.
Until you laughed.
The 0-1 misses, and it's 1-1.
You had me looking down at my cards saying, if I get it right?
Not the first time, and won't be the last time. The Andrews flied out to right in the first, singled in the third, 1 for 2. Now, before you saying it wasn't very, very cold, but cold enough that the window is closed tonight. Window is closed.
Closed. Anytime you get the early April weather here and that breeze is blowing in from center field, it's almost impossible to keep the window open up here.
And I know you have donned your good-looking Nesson jacket from spring training. Andrews is out number 1 of the fifth inning.
Yes, New Balance jacket.
Yes, I would agree that it is the best jacket we ever had.
Yes, New Balance and Nike. I mean, New Balance and Nesson. Not the other.
Forget that. Strike that. There was no Nike.
Nesson, New Balance. Right there.
It's all good. We had those on every day in spring training.
It was, well, because the air conditioning was so cold in the booth.
It was too good. There's a swing and a miss for Josh Hamilton. We had one out here in the fifth.
Speaking of Texas, I've been working on the New Balance fellow to get us, a couple more of those Bahama shirts.
How's that going?
I think it's going well. I think we're going to do it.
As a ground ball, shift is on, but it's Pedroia sliding to his right, throws out Hamilton. And there's 2 down. I want to hear more about this. But right now, we're going to talk about the trivia question. Tonight's AT&T trivia question: which 4 players played for the Rangers when they scored 30 runs back on 8/22/07 and have also played for the Red Sox? We'll have the answer for you a little bit later. Back to the Bahamas. How many and when do you think we'll get them?
Well, I said 2 would be perfect. 3 would be just fantastic.
Yes.
And he said that there's a very strong possibility. He asked for a contact at Nesson, which I did not have.
You didn't have a contact at Nesson? You
No.
didn't know anybody that...
I didn't know anybody. So...
You've worked there
I'm kind of winging this one on my own.
This is the 25th year at Nesson.
Yeah, but I don't know who he deals with over there.
Oh.
So that's the problem. So I'm kind of trying to cut a deal on the side.
So you don't even need to involve Nesson, really. This would be just...
No, we want everybody involved.
Okay.
We certainly do, but let's face it. If we can get two or 3 more,
we'll take them.
We're looking good.
Yes. When do we go to Texas?
I don't know, but it'll be hot.
July.
Yeah, it'll be a little warm in Texas.
And it is a 3-game series, so we definitely need 3 Bahamas.
Right. We already have 1.
We have 1. So 2 additional Bahamas would be fantastic. In the air to right field. On the move is Ross towards the dirt of the track to make the catch that ends the inning. Halfway through this one from Fenway, the Rangers have a 3-2 lead. brought to you by Eastern Bank. At Eastern Bank, we're made of historic milestones, and now our home team has reached one of its own. Congratulations on this special anniversary from one Boston institution to another. Home half of the 5th inning, and this time, Jerry, I'm sure of it, it's Kelly Shopik, Darnell McDonald, and Jason Repko who are coming up.
And we've all been anxiously awaiting this.
We started the anticipation last inning with a tease of what Red Sox were coming up a little bit early. And Shopik, a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning, one of 4 strikeouts for Derek Holland. Shopik faced the Texas Rangers last year as a member of the Tampa Bay Rays in first round of the postseason, the American League Division Series. Rays went into Texas, won game 1 of the series, and then did not win again. Turned out to be a 4-game series. And the Rangers went through Detroit and then eventually losing to St. Louis in the World Series last year. Three and 1 to Kelly Shopik. This is the 6th game for Shopik. There have been 8 games for Saltalamacchia. So far, this has kind of been more of a platoon. As there's ball 4 and down to first base goes Shopik. Would you agree? Would you say that Salty is still sort of number 1 right now at the moment?
I'd say Salty's still number 1, but I think early in the season right now, I think Bobby Valentine's trying to get both catches in there to, get as many as bats as possible here early in the season. But you're right, Don. It's been split pretty much down the middle with the starts for both Saltalamacchia and Shopik.
Shopik at first base to begin things in the 5th inning, and here's Darnell McDonald. There's ball 1 up, and Napoli headed out to talk to Holland after the walk.
Well, doing more on defense is brought to you by Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot, and it's going to be the assist at second base by Darnell McDonald. Making that throw and getting Elvis Andrus at second base. Doing more on defense, the Home Depot.
Lead runner on for the Red Sox here in the 5th inning. It is the 4th time in 5 innings Red Sox have had the lead man on. As Darnell McDonald takes strike 1. Well, it might have been the new shoes that has helped Darnell. New Balance shoes.
Oh, there they are at the bottom there. Nice.
1-1 is into center field. Hamilton will make the catch, diving forward for the first out of the 5th inning.
Now, it doesn't matter where you put Hamilton, left field, center field. He gets the job done every play. He's got a very good jump on this, as you can see. That ball slicing away from him just a bit, goes into the dive, and makes the catch on Darnell McDonald.
One on, one out. Jason Repko batting out of the number 9 spot in the Red Sox order, getting the start in center field. Broken bat pop up, shallow right, Kinsler out, and he'll get there to make the catch. His second out of the 5th. For over 100 years, Gulf Oil and the Boston Red Sox have been proud to be a part of an American history. Moving forward, Gulf is thrilled to serve as the official electricity supplier to Fenway Park as it celebrates its 100th birthday. From one legend to another, congratulations. Leadoff walk for Kelly Shopik. He is still at first base with 2 down in the 5th inning. Vilas spins out of the box as he was squaring. Coming up, we will tell you about what's going on here at Fenway Park tomorrow. (2-0) is high and inside. 3-0. Holland's pitches this inning have been up for the most part. That includes the walk to Kelly Shopik to start the inning. Ball 4, and down to first goes Uclas. A 4-pitch walk. Third of the outing, second of the inning. Well, after a big win in Washington, the Bruins will look to extend their 2-1 series lead over the Capitals in Game 4 tomorrow night. Join Dale, Barry, Mark, Jack, Brick, and Nowco live at 6:30 for a full hour of pregame coverage as the puck drops in Washington.
Yeah, we catch a break again tomorrow. We got a day off here with the Red Sox, and we get a chance to watch Game 4.
Things are starting to get a little chippy there, too.
Yeah. I think tomorrow's going to be really chippy.
2 outs, 2 on, and Dustin Pedroia, the batter. Pedroia grounded out to short in the first, flied out to center in the third. Oh, and 2. And the Red Sox are off tomorrow. And the Yankees are here, of course, for the 100th anniversary, the 3 o'clock start time at Fenway Park on Friday. Should be here by 2, so you can check out all the festivities leading up to the 3:05 start time against the Yankees. 2 in the dirt, 1 and 2. Uclas at first, Shopik at second, 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Holland with 4 strikeouts so far, 3 walks, 2 of the 3 walks coming in this inning. Popped up. Kinsler from second base makes the catch that ends the 5th inning. The Red Sox strand a pair. We played 5. It's 3-2 Texas.
Insurance. Amica Insurance is not just how you're covered, it's how you're treated. 4 of the 5 strikeouts for Josh Beckett tonight. Ian Kinsler on an inside fastball. Then he gets Snyder on a fastball. Cruz on a cutter. And the fastball up and away to Moreland.
Nelson Cruz leading it off here in the top half of the 6th inning. 0 for 2. He fouled out in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 3rd. Cruz, Murphy, and Napoli to bat here in the 6th inning. It's now 6 in a row retired by Beckett ever since the 2-run home run by Napoli. Strike 2, and it's 1-2. Twins and Yankees playing in New York tonight. Minnesota with a 5-4 lead over the Yankees in the 5th inning. Swing and a miss, and Cruz down by way of the K. 6th strikeout for Josh Beckett, 1 down.
And the 2nd strikeout he's got on the curveball. Got Snyder on a curveball. Now gets Cruz on the curveball to start off the 6th inning. Well, Beckett with good stuff in this game again, like he did last time out against Tampa Bay.
1 down in the 6th inning. David Murphy, 1 for 2 tonight. Yes, he takes strike 1. Murphy flying out to center in the 2nd. He singled and scored in the 4th inning. On the ground towards Pedroia at second base. Kind of a stumble, but time to recover for out number 2. Send it down to Jenny Dell.
Don, a reminder to the fans, tomorrow, one day before the 100th birthday, Fenway Park will open its doors for an open house from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Fans can come and get signed autographs from current players and alumni, and they'll also have the opportunity to walk the warning track, take a peek inside the Green Monster scoreboard, and much, much more. Don, it's all happening tomorrow, and it's free.
Well, looking forward to that tomorrow. A chance for fans to see some things that they don't normally see on a lot of the tours that they've been on or come to the games. And some behind the scenes stuff here at Fenway. And as Jenny mentioned, all free to the public here tomorrow. So we hope you'll make your way out. A great time for families. A lot of kids off on school vacation. Napoli fouls it off, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, for those parents who are looking for something to do tomorrow with their kids, why not come enjoy the ballpark?
Peek inside the Green Monster.
You might even get to see where Don sits during the game. That would be exciting.
Yes. Quite a thrill. I think the booth is part of the tour.
According to San Kennedy, it is.
Yes. A chance to come in here and see all the stuff in back. We sit down here, but
there's a lot of stuff back there.
There's a lot of stuff back there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff.
There's actually more stuff back there than there is down here.
Our area is really very small. A lot of people want to know that. Where do you do the open? Do you do it on the field? Where are you exactly when you do the open? We actually do it
sitting up there.
Sitting up there on top of the shelf. It's like a whole nother desk above us, like 10 feet behind us. We don't want to ruin it because at some point we're going to have. We'll have you give a tour of the booth since you've been here for 25 years now. You can show everybody everything in the back. Here's a high fly ball. Jason Repko camped underneath. Make the catch. It'll end the inning. It's a 1-2-3 6th for Beckett. It's a 3-2 Texas lead. 31 years ago today, the Pawtucket Red Sox and the Rochester Red Wings began what would turn out to be the longest baseball game ever. The game was suspended at 4:09 a.m. after 32 innings. It would be over 2 months before the game was finished on June 23rd when Dave Kozut singled to score Marty Barrett, giving Pawtucket a 3-2 win in 33 innings. Tonight's honorable moment is brought to you by Kettle One. Guys like Wade Boggs involved in that game, Bruce Hurst. Maine represented here tonight from Fenway Park as we play along to the bottom of the 6th inning.
It's been very nicely represented, too.
Gonzalez takes a pitch outside, 1-1. One of the best analysts in the game, breaking it down. Gonzalez struck out in the first and in the third. He'll pop up back of second base. Elvis Andrus makes the catch for the first out of the 6th inning. Get the new book, Fenway Park, from the Boston Globe and Running Press, to relive over 100 years of baseball history. They wrote the book on Fenway. Get yours whenever books are sold. One out in the 6th inning. Cody Ross, the batter. He's 0 for 2. He struck out in the first. Flied out to right in the 4th inning.
Well, Howland's been very tough on the Red Sox, only giving up 3 hits so far in this ball game, and of course, one of those, the 2-run home run to Kevin Uclas.
Went after it for strike 2, 1-2. Kind of changed his mind in the middle. In the air to left center field, David Murphy and Hamilton making the running catch onto the warning track out there in left center field as Murphy kind of veered off. Ross is out number 2 of the inning.
That sounded a little bit like it was toward the end of the bat of Cody Ross. And Hamilton, who was shading him slightly to the opposite field, has to cover some ground to make that catch, but makes it on the warning track. Calling for it right at the last minute. Left fielder Murphy peels off, and Hamilton makes the catch.
2 down in the 6th inning, and it brings up David Ortiz. He doubled in the 2nd and scored on a 2-run home run by Uclas. Flied out to right last time up. In there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Remind you, this copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Boston Red Sox may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. Counts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of the Boston Red Sox. '25-year-old Derek Holland. It's 2-1 pitch. That is in there for strike 3. It was actually 1-2, and that is strike 3 to Big Papi. So it's the 5th strikeout for Holland. 1-2-3 6th and a 3-2 Texas lead. question, which 4 players played for the Rangers when they scored 30 runs and have also played for the Red Sox? The answer is Kason Gabbard, David Murphy, Jared Saltalamacchia, and Ramon Vasquez. Rangers knocked off the Orioles 30-3 at Camden Yards on August 22nd in 2007. Gabbard was the beneficiary of the run support that day, pitched 6 innings for the win. Murphy led all players with 5 hits and 5 runs in the game, while Saltalamacchia and Vasquez led the way with 7 RBIs each. Texas actually trailed in that game 3-0 before scoring 30 straight runs. And of course, it was Kason Gabbard and David Murphy traded away in the Eric Gagne deal, with Gagne coming to the Red Sox. It is 9 in a row retired by Josh Beckett. He returns to the mound here and deals with Mitch Moreland in the 7th inning. Well, we mentioned the Yankees and Twins are matching up tonight. Coming up, Tom Caron will check in with some highlights from the Bronx tonight as that series continues. Moreland pops it up, foul, and out of play. He's fly to left and struck out swinging. 2 plate appearances against Josh Beckett, who is into the 7th inning. Beckett's first 2 outings lasting 4 2/3, and last time out the 8-inning effort. Neither one was up over 100 pitches, though. He threw 94 pitches in 8 innings last time out, and here he is at 98 in the 7th. And behind Moreland now, 3-1. Pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. 6 plus 7 hits, 3 runs. A 2-run home run for Mike Napoli back in the 4th. Walk and 6 Ks, and here's pitch number 100. Fouled off, full count. In honor of Fenway's centennial this year, Beth Israel Deaconess, the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox, is offering a daily health tip to help you live to be 100. Sign up at 100pitches.org. Wow, Jerry, you live to be 100. You just got to check on.
I don't see it happening.
100pitches.org. This is in the air to left field. Darnell McDonald towards the corner. See if it comes back. It does, and he makes the catch in fair ground. Looked like it may be headed for foul territory, but Darnell's there to make the catch for the first out of the 7th. Well, this Friday, Red Sox fans will attempt the Guinness World Record for the largest toast in one venue. As part of Fenway Park's 100th anniversary, fans will raise thousands of glasses of Welch's juice to celebrate history and the tradition of Fenway Park. Red Sox are urging fans to get to their seats by 2 p.m. to ensure you're in your seat in time for the toast and the record. A swing and a miss for strike 1. Why don't you think you live to be 100? I mean, you look terrific. You're in good shape.
What's the odds, though, of living to 100 years old? I mean, really, when you think about it.
You have no stress. No one pitch is a swing and a miss. You're upbeat.
Hey, I've got all the things that would lead to 100, right?
Yes. You're positive.
Upbeat, positive, no stress.
It's another great day.
Yeah, what are you going to do? You know, it's possible, but I don't.
I bet you get close.
To 100?
Maybe not 100, but 96, 97, somewhere in that neighborhood. Swing and a miss as it gets away briefly. They throw out Snyder, and it's the 7th strikeout for Beckett. I'd love to continue down this road, but it's time for a game break.
You'll be pushing me around if it's 97 up here in the booth.
We'll prop you up. Here's TC. Jerry, we can prop you up like this, Jerry. Okay, Jerry, here we go.
Okay.
All right.
Here comes the squeeze.
2nd inning. I'm Don.
I don't know who I am.
Down here in the 7th. I'm telling you. It's you know, I know you don't expect it. You're not planning on it, but you really should think about it.
No, I'm not making long-term real. I live day to day.
Ian Kinsler is 0 for 2. He walked in the third inning. Beckett, who's pitched very well tonight and really in a good groove through the middle innings. Has action behind him. Beckett up over 100 pitches for the first time this year. Morales and Padilla warming. Bobby Valentine said the one thing that he really did not want to do last night was bring Padilla in the game, and he had to at the end to finish it off for the Red Sox last night. Someone fouled off, and he had thought about a position player. In fact, Jason Repko apparently warming up at one point. And it did seem that that situation kind of called for position play. You hate to do it any time, but if there ever is a time, last night was one of those times you got a shot.
Now, it's early in the season. You know, the pitching has not been overworked by any means. Heck, we had a gentleman here the other day throughout the first pitch who was 100 years old, over 100 years old.
Right.
And took a retake on the throw.
Right. Wasn't pleased. He'd worked a whole month to get ready for the throw and didn't like the first one.
And then demanded another one. Who's going to tell him no?
2-2 pitch to Kinsler. On the ground at third base. Uclas has it. Roll across is good and in time to retire the side. It is 7th inning stretch from Fenway Park. It's time now for your Need to Know from Nesson Daily, and Randy Scott will get you updated right now.
For the Coors Light Cold Hot Blast, and it's the first home run of the season for Kevin Uclas, a 2-run shot to left field. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
(3-2) Texas on top of Boston. Last half of the 7th inning, Kevin Uclas leads it off and takes ball 1. Uclas with a 2-run home run we just saw in the 2nd inning. Grounded out in the 4th. And now takes strike 1. There is action for the Rangers. Scott Feldman and Alexia Gondo warming in the pen. You know, we've seen the offense, but really the strength for this team, for the Texas Rangers, is their bullpen. which makes them even scarier. Swing and a miss, and Uclas strikes out. It's 6 strikeouts for Holland.
Well, you got to like the way Holland operates. I mean, he gets the ball, he's right back on the rubber, attacking the strike zone. Looks like a slider that time from Holland to pick up the strikeout against Uclas.
Pitching line brought to you by Lexus. 6 1/3, 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 6 Ks. Struck out Ortiz to close the 6th. He opens the 7th with a strikeout of Uclas. Kelly Shopik struck out in the 2nd inning, walked in the 5th. To right center field, and this will get down and head to the track on the wall. Shopik headed for second base, and he'll cruise in with a 1-out double. Continues to get on base, 2nd time tonight.
First hit he's ever had against Holland. He was 0 for 6 coming into the game, had a strikeout in this one and a walk, and now the double. Gets the fastball and gets it in that gap in right center field, runs it all the way to the bullpen, and the Red Sox have a man in scoring position with 1 out.
The pitching coach Mike Maddox headed out. He saw the double-barreled action going on in the Rangers' pen. I want to remind you, Friday night immediately following Red Sox first pitch, join us for Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by Uno's, TC, Peter, Eck, Jim, and Jenny at 2. Of all the sights and sounds from the 100th anniversary celebration at Fenway Park, plus a preview of the Red Sox series opener with the Yankees as the 2 teams meet for the first time this season. Live coverage begins at 1 only on NESN. Jerry, I want to ask you a question here, see if you can recognize. We'll play Who Is This? It is the 33-inning game. Number 16 jumping out of the Paw Sox dugout after the run comes across. Marty Barrett scoring. Do you know who that is?
I do know who it is, only because I've heard it between innings, but I would have never guessed it.
Oh, okay, then it's ruined. But that is Billy Broadbent, the video coordinator for the Red Sox. He does such a great job starting his career with the Pawtucket Red Sox. One out, Shopik at second base. Darnell McDonald 0 for 2. And a pitch inside. For every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Red Sox earn a save, CBS Pharmacy will make a donation to Boston Children's Hospital towards their $25,000 donation this season. Tying run in scoring position as McDonald takes strike 2. Coming up, we will ask Jerry. Hoping for a little more tonight than what we had last night. I thought last night was kind of puffy.
Tough questions?
Yes.
I don't want to get too technical now. I mean,
on the hot seat. 2-2 is towards shortstop, and Andrus will fire to first. What an arm he's got. Got it there in a hurry to get McDonald for the second out. No advance.
Yeah, he really does. I mean, you know, that ball, he backed up on it a little bit and then went right over the top with that very strong throw and had plenty of time to get McDonald at first base. Great throwing out from shortstop for Elvis Andrus. A bad hop. Ball took a bad hop on him, too. And he had to rush it, but still had time to get it there.
2 down, a pinch hitter coming up for Jason Repko. It is Nick Punto. Repko had been 0 for 2 in the game tonight. Thrown foul back, and it's 0-1 to Punto. Punto has made 3 starts, 2 at third base, 1 at short. And pinch hitting here for Jason Repko in the 7th inning in a 1-run game. And down on the count, 0-2. Punto is 3 for 5 in his career against Holland. Beckett has retired the last 12 Rangers he has faced in the game through 7 innings, and hoping his offense can help him out. 1-2 is inside and high. 2-2.
Trying to come right back inside on Punto, and again he does not bite it at the inside fastball.
Swing and a miss. Punto strikes out, got away from Napoli, who clears the runner and fires down to first for the out. 7 strikeouts for Holland. The Red Sox leave Shopik at second. It's 3-2 Texas. Eastern Bank. At Eastern Bank, we're made of free checking that's got nothing to hide, which means no fees or any other types of curveballs. Check out what else we're made of at easternbank.com. Well, the Red Sox trailing 3-2 to the Texas Rangers. To the top half of the 8th we go. And some changes for the Red Sox. Darnell McDonald moving from left field to right field. Cody Ross in center field now for the Red Sox. And in left is Nate Spears. New pitcher is Franklin Morales. Comes on here for the 8th inning. His 5th appearance, has not given up a run in 4 2/3 innings. Opponents hitting at 188 against him. Josh Beckett retired the last 12 batters he faced in the game and pitched very well here tonight through 7 innings, but departs trailing by a run in the game. Well, it's time now for an Ask Jerry question right out of the gate here as we get ready for the 8th. What team do you think will give the Red Sox the most problems this season?
I think there's a number of them right here in our division that are going to give them a lot of problems. I mean, we've already seen the Toronto Blue Jays, who I think are an improved club. Certainly the Yankees are going to be there. Tampa Bay, we know, is going to be a good club, even though the Red Sox took 3 out of 4 over on this homestand against them. And look at Baltimore up there at 7-4. I mean, this is a pretty tough division. So there's a lot of clubs, you know, just in our division alone that could give the Red Sox a lot of problems.
The club they're dealing with right now is a problem. The Texas Rangers.
This is going to be a problem for a lot of teams.
Elvis Andrus, Josh Hamilton, Adrian Beltre to bat in the 8th. So Beckett goes 7 innings, gives up 7 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 7 strikeouts, a 2-run home run to Mike Napoli in the 4th inning. Here's a fly ball to center. Ross makes the catch for the first out of the 8th. Well, tomorrow night at 6, catch the series premiere of the Bobby Valentine Show. The Sox new skipper will join TC for a look back at his first 2 weeks as the manager in Boston. He'll talk game strategy as well as take questions from NESN Twitter followers and from NESN.com. If you're a NESN Twitter follower, include the hashtag AskBobby in your question. Tune in to see if your question gets answered on the season premiere tomorrow night at 6, right before Bees Caps Game 4 coverage. That'll be interesting. There's a lot that has happened in the first 2 weeks.
Plenty for TC to talk about.
Yes.
No question about that.
One out. Josh Hamilton is 2 for 3 in the game with an RBI. And a liner that's into right field for a base hit. His 3rd hit of the game. He's not waiting around. He's up there hacking, and he's got his 3rd hit.
And gets it off a very tough left-hander in Morales. Morales throws hard, 95 miles an hour with the fastball, but Hamilton right on it and pulls it for the base hit. Sinking line drive into right field.
One out, one on in the 8th. And Adrian Beltre, the batter, singled in the 3rd, a 1 for 3 night. That'll get away, and heading for second base is Hamilton. He will get there. Glancing off the catcher, Kelly Shopik.
This may go as a pass ball on Kelly Shopik. It's a fastball down in the zone. It did not bounce. And it gets by Shopik, and in the second base, in the scoring position, goes Hamilton.
It is a pass ball. The single by Hamilton breaks up a string of 13 Rangers in a row retired. Mostly by Beckett, but Morales got the first out of this inning. Falls behind, and now they are just going to put on Adrian Beltre. Nelson Cruz will be next.
And we'll see if Valentine goes to the bullpen to get Padilla.
Matt Albers is up.
I thought that was still Padilla loosening up down in the bullpen.
Right field number 17, Nelson.
2 on, 1 away. Nelson Cruz, the batter. He is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in the game tonight. And all that, of course, was against Beckett. Cruz 0 for 1 in his career against Morales. Yes, he takes ball 1. Ball 2, 2-0. David Murphy on deck, 1 out here in the 8th inning. Texas trying to obtain some insurance. Fooled him on that pitch, and it's 2-1.
Fooled him because it was a changeup. Cruz sitting on fastball, 2 balls and no strikes. Instead, he gets the changeup from Morales at about 83 miles an hour.
Two and two.
Changeup again. This time keeping it away from Cruz.
Hamilton at second base, Beltre at first base, 1 out in the 8th. Full count now. Trying to get David Murphy's attention as the pitch misses. There's ball 4 and the bases are loaded. Murphy's being called back as they walk Cruz, and they're going to have a pinch hitter coming up. It'll be Craig Gentry, who was in center field in last night's game. So an intentional walk to Beltre, then a walk to Cruz, and the bases are now loaded with 1 out. And Murphy, who was 1 for 3 in the game, called back. Gentry will pinch hit.
Well, we saw Padilla up and throwing last inning. I wonder, and I'm just curious, if because he pitched in the game last night, he could not get loose tonight. It was strange to see him warming up and then sitting back down in the Red Sox bullpen. Then Albers taking his place.
Infield in all the way around for the Red Sox. 1 out in the inning. There is strike 1 to Gentry. Gentry was 3 for 6 in the game last night, scored 3 runs. Quickly 0-2, 94 that time from Morales.
Morales with the fastball, swing and miss by Gentry, so he's got him 1 strike away from a punch out. Red Sox had the infield in, of course, with the 1 out.
Gentry stays alive. 96 that time from Morales. Hamilton at third base. He singled. Beltre at second. He was intentionally walked. Cruz at first. He was walked. Gentry fouls off another. Immediately following the game, stay with us for WB Mason's Extra Innings Live with TC, Jim, and Jenny. Get a breakdown of Josh Beckett's outing, including his take on tonight's performance. He'll have Bobby Valentine's thoughts on the game live from the press room, plus highlights from around the majors. It's all coming up right after the game on WB Mason Extra Innings Live. Bases loaded, 1 out in the 8th. Gentry fouling off a 95-mile-an-hour fastball that was up. Coming up, we'll give you the recap of this game as to how we got here. So we play in the top of the 8th inning with 1 out, bases loaded. Up and away, and that's ball 1. Seven innings from Beckett. Morales working in the 8th and trying to get out of a jam. That'll bounce in, blocked by Shopik, and it's 2-2.
Couple of nice plays by Shopik. One on a high fastball, then on the other one, a breaking ball down in the dirt. Keeping those runners at their positions.
Eighth pitch of the at-bat will be coming up to Gentry. And he hits him with a pitch. A run will score. Hamilton in from third base. The 96-mile-an-hour fastball hits him, and the Rangers take a 4-2 lead. RBI for Gentry as he is hit with the pitch.
That's a very painful RBI right there, but because the run scores, it takes a little bit of the sting out of it. Fastball right off the ankle, it looked like, for Gentry.
Bases reloaded with 1 out, and Mike Napoli, the batter, hit a 2-run home run in the 4th inning to give the Rangers the lead. Napoli also singled in the 2nd, so a 2-for-3 night. He's at 2 RBIs and batting out of the number 7 spot in this Rangers order. Beltre at third base, Cruz at second base, and Gentry at first. Napoli rips it out towards the wall in left center field. It is going to be off the wall. Beltre scores. Cruz will score. 2 runs in. It's a 2-run double for Napoli, and the Texas Rangers jump out to a 6-2 lead. They have scored 3 times so far here in the 8th. Franklin Morales.
And Napoli has just damaged the Red Sox again tonight. The home run, a 2-run home run back in the 4th inning, and now the double will drive in 2 runs. High fastball that time for Morales, and Napoli finds left center field.
They're now going to put on Mitch Moreland.
Very strange, lefty against lefty, and intentional walk right here. They've got to be going to get Matt Albers out of the bullpen to be facing the next hitter, trying to set up the double play.
Second intentional walk of the inning. They had intentionally walked Beltre, who just scored as part of the 2-run double by Mike Napoli. Here comes Bobby Valentine. He will make the change. Matt Albers will be in, but damage has been done. Rangers have tacked on 3 runs and have a 6-2 lead. Well, Kevin Uclas for the Red Sox on the night in which the Red Sox jump out to a 2-0 advantage. Another night where there's a 2-run home run. Tonight, Kevin Uclas gets his first home run of 2012, and the Red Sox had the 2-0 advantage. Back on the Rangers, though, they got a run in the third before this 2-run home run from Mike Napoli puts Texas on top 3-2. They have scored 3 times in the 8th, and Napoli with a wall ball double with the bases loaded pushes across 2. And it is now a 6-2 Texas Rangers lead in the game. And into the game is Matt Albers. Just called the bullpen, brought to you by New England Ford dealers. Albers, the third arm used tonight for Bobby Valentine. Brandon Snyder, the batter, and he takes strike 1.
Red Sox infield now moves back to double play depth with the 1 out and the bases loaded. Earlier this inning, they were in with 1 out and the bases loaded.
Really the first shaky outing we've seen from Morales as he went to third of an inning, giving up 2 hits, walked 3, and 2 of them were intentional. Hit a batter. Gives up 3 runs so far as you look at the numbers for Albers. 4th appearance of the year. Two and 1 to Snyder. Third game in a row that Albers has appeared in. worked just one game prior to that. 2-1 is in there for strike two. 2-2. Scoreless inning in each of the last two games leading up to tonight. And a 1-2-3 seventh in last night's game against Texas. Low and away, and it's 3-2. Snyder fouls it off himself, and it hangs at 3-2. He struck out 3 times in the game, and all that was against Beckett. 3 of the 7 strikeouts Josh had tonight in his 7 innings of work. Top of the order, Ian Kinsler waiting on deck. Still just 1 out here in the 8th. Snyder broken back grounder to short, to second for 1, on to first for 2. Double play. Albers needed, he gets to end the inning. The Rangers at 3 take a 6-2 lead. How about just 89 cents? That's all it costs for any size frozen or fountain beverage at the Cumberland Farms Chill Zone. Hurry in today and mix up yours. We're back at Fenway Park. It's a 6-2 Texas lead now. They scored 3 times in the top of the 8th. Gentry stays in the game and takes over in center field. Moving from center to left is Josh Hamilton. And into the game is Alexia Gondo. Now they 4-run lead. Gondo's 7th appearance of the year. No record, a 1.42 earned run average. 7 Ks to no walks, and opponents hitting at just 182 against Gondo. It is strike 1 to Mike Aviles, who leads it off here in the bottom of the 8th. Gondo last pitched on Friday, scoreless 9th inning to get his first major league save. One bloop down the right field line, and over is the first baseman Snyder, but back into the seats. Well, last year entered the rotation at the end of spring training, did a Gondo. Went on to win 13 games, including his first 7 decisions as a major league starter to earn an all-star selection. He's back in the bullpen this year for the Rangers. Of course, Napoli Feliz now in the rotation. A 1-2. Fly ball to center field. Gentry is out there. He'll make the catch for the first out of the 8th inning. It's time now for a look at the road ahead, brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Friday, the Red Sox celebrate the 100th anniversary of Fenway Park. New York Yankees will be the opponent 100 years after the New York Highlanders took the field against the Red Sox. A game won by Boston 7-6 in 11 innings. NESN will have all the pregame ceremony coverage, including the attempt to set the record for the largest ever toast. Our live coverage begins Friday at noon with Friday Night Fenway. 1 out in the 8th.
Now, somehow, Don, I think that 8th inning for the Red Sox pitching-wise got messed up, and I think it probably had something to do with Padilla. He was up and throwing earlier and then sat down and never got up again to loosen up. That's when they brought in Matt Albers in that inning, and I think they had planned on using Padilla a little bit earlier in that inning than allowing Morales to go as deep as he did.
Do you think you would have brought him in to face Nelson Cruz after the intentional walk of Beltre, is what you're suggesting? I
think so, yeah. But apparently something must have gone wrong because he sat back down after warming up.
That was one of the things that Bobby Valentine talked about today. Was the last thing he wanted to do was have Padilla work in last night's game, but he did. He was really forced to after what was going on with Melanson and the 8th inning. A 1-2 on the ground to shortstop, and Andrews. Yeah, it's Pedroia got down the line well, but he's out number 2. Adrian Gonzalez has struck out twice and popped out. It's been a quiet night, 0 for 3. Well, the Red Sox offense has really been quieted by a very good starting pitcher tonight. Derek Holland with the first 7 innings very well.
He was outstanding in the ball game tonight. Live fastball, good breaking ball.
7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs. He walked 3 and struck out 7.
As was Josh Beckett.
Ground ball right side. Kinsler's got it. He'll flip to first for the out. It's a 1-2-3-8 for Agondo. On to the 9th. It's 6-2 Texas. lesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, Sullivan Tire, AT&T, and by Kia Motors. Ninth inning back at Fenway, 6-2. Texas on top of Boston. Top of the Rangers order to lead it off. Matt Albert is returning to the mound for Boston, and it's Ian Kinsler. Elvis Andrus and Josh Hamilton scheduled to bat in the inning. Albers induced a double play ball grounded into by Brandon Snyder to end the 8th inning and to stop the damage really at that point. The Rangers had the bases loaded with 1 out when he came in. Line to left and a base hit for Kinsler, his first hit of the night.
Been on base a couple of times. He did walk back in the 3rd inning, but as Don mentioned, his first base hit, sinking fastball that stayed up about belt high, middle in, and that's a pitch that Kinsler likes.
Closer starting to heat it up in the pen now for the Rangers, Joe Nathan. Elvis Andrus the batter, and late on that. Snap throw to first, and Kinsler is going to be out. He was way off with a secondary lead, and Shopik throws him out at first base.
Well, exactly right. A big secondary lead and was not very quick getting back to that first base bag. Shopik noticed it. A little move towards second base, and that was the difference. As they get Kinsler to first base, the tag on the chest before the hand gets to the bag.
Chopped down the third baseline, foul. And it's 1-2 now to Elvis Andrus. So Josh Beckett is on the hook tonight. 7 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 7 Ks. Franklin Morales went a third of an inning, 2 hits, 3 runs. He walked 3, 2 intentionally, and did not strike anybody out. Matt Albers 1 out in the 9th. 2-2. Don't forget, coming up immediately after the game, to stay with us for WB Mason Red Sox Extra Innings Live. It's all the post-game coverage you'll need. It's right here on NESN. Swing and a miss. Andrus strikes out. First strikeout for Albers. 2 down in the 9th.
Much better sinking fastball there from Albers than the one he threw to Kinsler. The one to Kinsler was up about belt high. This one down about shin high.
Two down for Josh Hamilton. 3-hit night for Hamilton, all singles. He scored a run, driven in a run. Red Sox in the bottom of the 9th inning, expecting Cody Ross, David Ortiz, and Kevin Uclas. Two and 0. Ball 3, and it's 3-0, I think. Scoreboard had it at 3-0. And down to first base goes Hamilton, so apparently it is ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to Hamilton with 2 outs here in the ninth. Adrian Beltre, the batter. He was intentionally walked last time up. Take strike one. That walk for Hamilton is the first walk he's had all year.
And it was almost like an intentional walk. Nothing even close to home plate.
Inside to Beltre. He's jumping back out of the way. 1-1. Line down the right field line, foul. Fenway Park will host a free event open to the public tomorrow, April 19th from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. There'll be autograph signings with various Red Sox alumni and current Red Sox players throughout the day, as fans will have an opportunity to walk the warning track, peek inside the Green Monster scoreboard, and visit other spaces within the ballpark not normally available or accessible to fans. Don't miss this special opportunity to see Fenway Park in its 100th year. 1-2. Beltre fouls it off. In the dirt, Shopping able to pick it on a hop. 2-2.
Shopping going after that slider from Albers. One hop right into the glove, and Hamilton has to remain at first base. Shopping's been busy back there tonight.
Joe Nathan warming as Scott Feldman has joined him in the pen. Rangers tonight have used Holland for 7. Agondo worked the 8th. 2 outs, Hamilton at first base, and a count of 2-2 to Adrian Beltre. Up the middle, ranging is Uclas. He'll go to second for the force out. That'll end things in the top of the 9th inning. Cody Ross, David Ortiz, and Kevin Uclas coming up with work to do, down 6-2. tomorrow. Former Bruins coach and the star of CBC's Coach's Corner, Don Cherry, breaks down the Bruins Cap Series and the rest of the NHL playoffs. All starts at 6 a.m. right here on NESN and on the WEEI Sports Radio Network and 93.7 FM in Boston. Well, Joe Nathan, the former closer for the Minnesota Twins, on here for the Rangers in a non-save situation. He is 3 out of 4 in save opportunities when it has been a save situation. His 7th game, he's 0-2 with a high ERA of 6.00. Opponent's hitting at .292 against him as he misses to Ross, and it's 2-0. Worked scoreless 9th innings both Saturday and Sunday. First time he's had consecutive scoreless appearances in 2012. Blown save was April 11th against Seattle. They allowed 3 runs to the Mariners. There's the strike, 3-1.
So many years, Joe Nathan with the Minnesota Twins, closing out games for that club. All kind of success in Minnesota for Nathan.
7 outings at Fenway Park. He's got 7 1/3 career scoreless innings, and he walks the first batter that he faces in the 9th. Best thing you want to do there. Hess and Hess Express are proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on NESN. During the 2012 season, Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Red Sox Foundation for every Red Sox home run. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. Well, the Red Sox need base runners, and they have Cody Ross on to begin things in the 9th. Here comes David Ortiz, 1 for 3 on the night. He is one of only 4 hits in the contest for the Red Sox. He doubled back in the 2nd inning. David 2 for 9 against Nathan. Joe Nathan missing all of 2010 after having Tommy John surgery. Last year 48 games with the Twins and converted his final 11 save opportunities. Something always a little different about non-save situations for closers. And in here with a 4-run pad and leadoff walk to Cody Ross. Swing and a miss. Ortiz down 1-2.
First slider that Nathan has featured so far in the ball game tonight. Mostly fastballs. Now he goes to the breaking ball and picks up the swing and miss.
Swing and a miss as David Ortiz strikes out for the first out of the 9th. 8th strikeout for Texas pitching tonight.
And once again the slider from Nathan, so he doubles up against Ortiz on the breaking ball and picks up the strikeout. That has been his money pitch for years.
One down in the 9th. Here's Kevin Uclas. Put the Red Sox on top 2-0 with a 2-run home run in the 2nd inning. His first home run of the year. As he takes strike 1. Saltalamacchia has come out on deck. He would bat for Shopik here in the 9th. Fouled off 0-2. (18 career outings against the Red Sox for Nathan. He's given up 4 earned runs in 19 innings pitched. And of course, all that prior to tonight coming as a member of the Minnesota Twins. Elevates Uclas, able to hold off 2-2. Uclas fouls it off, stays alive. Saltalamacchia has been called back, and now Ryan Sweeney has come out on deck. Salty still with a bat in hand. Uclas on the ground at third. It's picked by Beltre. Look to second, fires to first, and it's thrown away into the Red Sox dugout. Beltre, normally very sure-handed, took a glance towards second and then threw across to first. And it gets into the Red Sox dugout. Uclas will be at second, Ross at third, and the bad throw from Beltre.
Yeah, generally this is money right here when you ground out to Beltre. Very rarely does he throw the ball away, and that time right into the runner, Kevin Uclas. Beltre to the backhand across the diamond, but it's going to sail up the line, and Snyder almost got stepped on by Uclas.
So second and third with one out. Ryan Sweeney pinch hitting, .406 average for Sweeney so far in a Red Sox uniform. And he takes strike one. Three big runs for the Texas Rangers in the 8th inning. Sweeney to right. Cruz coming in, and he can't make the catch. Coming from third base is Ross. Throw goes to third, and everybody is safe. Red Sox get a run. It is 6-3. Ryan Sweeney able to get that in front of Nelson Cruz in right, and Ross scores the third Red Sox run.
Yeah, looked for a second like Cruz was going to make that play, and then it just bounced in front of him. Sweeney, who has been on fire, picks up the base hit here. Extends the inning for the Red Sox. There's Cruz coming in and playing it on one hop to throw to third base, not in time. So the Red Sox making a run at it here in the 9th.
It'll be the former Texas Ranger who pinch hits here as Jared Saltalamacchia. With runners at first and third and one out in the 9th, a run in. 2 for 24 start for Saltalamacchia this season. Uclas at third base, Sweeney at first base. Tying run at the plate. In the dirt and knocked down nicely by Napoli. Saves a run.
Fastball thrown directly in the dirt, and look at Napoli. A lot of catchers try to backhand that ball. Napoli gets it without having to backhand it, knocks it down.
Saltalamacchia fouls it off, and it's 1-1. Action in the Red Sox pen. The closer Alfredo Aceves. th pitch of the inning coming up for Nathan. Uclas at third, Sweeney at first. The outfield playing for Saltalamacchia to pull. Again, not close. 2-1. Mike Adams up in the pen now, the right-hander for Texas. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2.
And when in doubt for Joe Nathan, go back to that breaking ball. Goes back to the slider here against Saltalamacchia and gets him to chase one that may not have been a strike.
Nate Spears has come out on deck. He would bat for. That is outside. Spears, who would come into the game in left field, to be batting in his normal spot. That was where Quinto pinch hit in the 7th. Full count now to Saltalamacchia. Some noise at Fenway here for the Red Sox in the 9th. Runner goes, line out, and it'll turn out to be a double play that will end the game. Saltalamacchia lining out to Snyder at first with Sweeney running. It turns into a double play, and this turns into a sweep for the Texas Rangers, who come in and beat the Red Sox tonight 6-3 in a tough ending to this one.
Well, the danger of sending that runner at first base, this could be the result. The line drive double play to end the ball game. Ball hit hard by Saltalamacchia, but with the runner off, becomes an easy double play.
So a tough night tonight, Jerry, and a tough series against these Texas Rangers. They are very good.
Well, it was, and they are a very good team. And the Red Sox tonight could not do much with Holland. Holland was very good. The Achilles heel tonight for the Red Sox was the bullpen. Morales having his problems in the 8th inning. The Red Sox could not do much in the 8th inning to keep the Texas Rangers off the board. They rally in the 9th, but not enough.
Red Sox fall to 4-8 as they lose this one 6-3. For Jerry Remy and Jenny Dell, I'm Don Orsillo saying goodnight from Fenway Park. Join us again Friday afternoon for a day that's been a century in the making. The 100th anniversary of the first game at Fenway Park. Special days in store before the Sox face their rivals, the Yankees. It's been a presentation of NESN, New England's most watched sports network. Time now for Tom Caron of the NESN HD Television Center.